You probably eat eggs every day, thinking they're a perfect protein. But what if I told you that the very way you handle them might be slowly poisoning you without you even realizing it? This isn't about eggs being inherently bad. It's about hidden mistakes, quiet habits that turn your nutritious breakfast into a potential health hazard, especially if you're over 60. Take Martha, a vibrant 68-year-old who loved her daily scrambled eggs. She swore by them for energy. But for months, she'd been feeling unusually sluggish and attributed it to just getting older. Or Robert, 72, who always prided himself on making healthy food choices, only to find himself struggling with unexplained digestive issues. What they didn't know was that a yolk eaten the wrong way, a simple storage habit, or even the pan they cooked with, was quietly undermining their health. This is the terrifying part no one talks about. Behind the shell of every egg are secrets the food industry often overlooks. And for seniors like you, those secrets can mean the difference between strong muscles and rapid weakness, sharp memory and frustrating brain fog, or even a healthy immune system and a dangerous infection. In this video, I'm going to reveal the 7 most common egg mistakes, ranked from number 7 down to the most dangerous number 1. Stick with me, because mistake number 4 is a hidden habit that many seniors have been making for years without realizing it, and it can double your risk of certain health problems. Disclaimer: the information provided in this video is for general knowledge and informational purposes only, and does not constitute medical advice. Always consult with a qualified healthcare professional before making any decisions about your health or treatment. We encourage you to review the studies and references linked in the description to deepen your understanding. Now, without any further ado, let's start with mistake number 7. And it's one that looks delicious on the plate but can send you to the hospital overnight. Number 7. Eating runny eggs with weak immune systems. Runny eggs, with their golden, rich, and soft yolks, look incredibly appetizing. Many of us grew up loving toast dipped into a soft-boiled egg. But that creamy, runny center can hide something deadly: Salmonella enteritidis, a bacteria that can infect eggs even before the shell is formed. For most healthy adults, a mild infection might mean diarrhea or cramps for a day or two. But for seniors, whose immune systems are naturally less robust, it can mean sepsis, where bacteria enter the bloodstream and sometimes even lead to life-threatening complications. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the CDC, reports that Salmonella causes over 23,000 hospitalizations in the U.S. every year, and older adults are one of the highest risk groups. Think about my friend Eleanor, a spry 75-year-old who adored dipping her sourdough toast into a perfectly soft-boiled egg every morning. One day, she was rushed to the emergency room with a high fever, severe chills, and crushing fatigue. Doctors later traced her severe salmonella infection back to those seemingly harmless runny yolks. She was lucky to recover, but the experience left her significantly weakened. Here's the science simplified. Heat is what kills salmonella. At 160 degrees Fahrenheit, or 71 degrees Celsius, these dangerous bacteria are destroyed. But a runny yolk, by its very nature, never reaches that critical temperature throughout. This means every bite of a runny egg is a gamble. For seniors, a particular concern is reduced stomach acid, which is a natural defense against foodborne bacteria. What would have been destroyed in the stomach during younger years now slips through, multiplying quickly once inside the gut. This rapid multiplication can lead to severe dehydration, stress on vital organs, and in the most severe cases, bloodstream infections that can spread throughout the body. The big problem: most seniors assume that if the egg looks clean on the outside, it must be safe inside. But salmonella hides within the egg, not on its surface. And unlike spoiled milk or rotten meat, it doesn't give off any warning signs like a foul smell or an unusual appearance. You can't see it. You can't taste it. The egg looks perfectly normal until it makes you very sick. The solution isn't to give up on eggs altogether. It's about cooking them properly. Scrambled eggs, hard-boiled eggs, or fried eggs cooked until the yolk is completely firm. Ensure that the heat thoroughly kills any hidden bacteria. If you absolutely crave that runny yolk, then opt for pasteurized eggs. These eggs are gently heated during processing, just enough to kill bacteria, but not enough to actually cook the egg. Runny yolks might look beautiful on a plate, but for seniors, they can unfortunately be a ticking time bomb. And the next mistake is even more common because it happens before you ever crack the shell, right at the grocery store. Number 6. Storing eggs near strong-smelling foods. Many seniors believe that once eggs are tucked away in the refrigerator, they're protected from everything. But here's a shocking truth that often goes overlooked. Eggshells aren't solid, impenetrable barriers. Far from it. They are actually incredibly porous, covered in as many as 17,000 tiny pores. This means that odors and even gases from nearby strong-smelling foods can pass straight through the shell and directly into the egg. Storing eggs next to pungent items like onions, garlic, strong cheeses, or even certain types of fish doesn't just ruin their delicate taste. It can also quietly compromise their safety. Why is this so? Because those microscopic pores don't only let odors in, they can also allow bacteria-laden moisture and airborne contaminants from other foods to seep inside. A 2016 study published in the Journal of Food Protection found that eggs stored near raw fish absorbed volatile compounds. More alarmingly, developed higher bacterial counts within just a few days. For seniors, whose immune systems are often less equipped to fight off invaders, this is like leaving an open door for foodborne illness. I remember my neighbor, Mrs. Davison, 78, who had a habit of keeping her eggs on the fridge shelf right above a container of chopped onions and a dish of leftover chili. She would often comment that her eggs sometimes tasted a bit off in her morning omelet, but she just assumed it was the lingering onion smell in the fridge. Weeks later, she ended up in the emergency room with a severe stomach bug. Her doctor, piecing things together, explained that contaminated vapors could have penetrated the eggshells, tainting her food from the inside out. Beyond the risk of bacteria, there's also a hidden risk of nutrient loss. Eggs that are continuously exposed to sulfur compounds from garlic or onions can actually break down faster internally, with vital nutrients like vitamin A and lutein degrading more rapidly. For seniors who rely on eggs for these crucial nutrients that protect their eyes and brain, this means you're getting fewer benefits every single day you store them carelessly. The solution is remarkably simple but often overlooked. Always keep eggs in their original carton. This carton acts as a crucial shield, blocking both unwanted odors and stray moisture, while also helping to maintain a more stable temperature. Store them in the coldest part of your fridge, not in the door, where temperatures fluctuate more often. Storing eggs near strong-smelling food seems like a harmless oversight. But for seniors, it's a hidden mistake that can strip away vital nutrients, spoil the taste of your food, and quietly raise your risk of foodborne illness. And the next mistake on our list is even more dangerous because it happens during cooking, when the way you prepare eggs can destroy their health benefits before they ever reach your plate. Number 5. Reheating boiled eggs in the microwave. It seems like such an innocent, convenient habit. You boil a batch of eggs for the week, store them neatly in the fridge, and then when hunger strikes, you just pop one into the microwave for a quick warm-up. But this seemingly simple shortcut can turn a healthy, wholesome food into a surprisingly dangerous accident. When boiled eggs are reheated in the microwave, the moisture that is naturally trapped inside the egg, particularly in the yolk, rapidly turns into superheated steam. Because the egg white and yolk are encased in a relatively solid structure, this immense pressure has nowhere to escape. The alarming result: the egg can literally explode. It could happen in your hand as you take it out, on your plate as you prepare to eat, or, even worse, inside your mouth as you take that first bite. A 2017 study published in the Journal of Food Science meticulously tested microwave-heated boiled eggs and found that some reached internal steam pressures capable of rupturing the yolk with an explosive pop. Injuries from these incidents can range from minor burns, which are painful but generally recoverable, to more severe cases involving permanent damage to the mouth or face. For seniors, whose skin tends to be thinner and more fragile, and whose reaction times might be a little slower. Even a seemingly small burn can lead to a more serious infection or lasting scarring. Consider my friend Harold, 72. He thought nothing of tossing a pre-boiled egg into the microwave for a quick 20 seconds. As he bit into it, the yolk burst like a firecracker, causing a painful burn to his lips and tongue. What seemed like a harmless shortcut ended with an urgent trip to the emergency room and weeks of painful recovery, making it difficult to eat and talk. But it's not just the explosion risk you need to worry about. Reheating eggs unevenly in a microwave can also significantly alter the delicate proteins within the egg, making them rubbery, tough, and much harder for your body to digest. For seniors already dealing with reduced stomach acid, which is a common age-related change, this can lead to uncomfortable bloating, persistent indigestion, and ultimately, poorer absorption of the valuable nutrients the egg is supposed to provide. The safer and healthier option is quite simple. If you want to enjoy warm eggs, reheat them gently. You can do this by slicing them and quickly pan-heating them on a low setting, or by placing the peeled egg in a bowl of very hot, but not boiling, water for a few minutes. These methods warm the egg thoroughly, without turning it into a ticking time bomb. Microwaving boiled eggs might look like a convenient time saver, but for seniors, it's a dangerous trap that simply isn't worth the risk. And the next mistake, it's not about reheating. It's about a raw habit that can deliver bacteria straight to your bloodstream. Number 4, washing eggs before storing. It seems perfectly logical, doesn't it? You bring your carton of eggs home from the grocery store, give them a good rinse under the tap, and feel a sense of satisfaction, believing you've made them cleaner and safer. But here's the unsettling truth. Washing eggs before storing them actually makes them significantly more dangerous for your health. An eggshell might appear solid and smooth to the naked eye, but as we discussed, it's covered in over 17,000 tiny pores. On the surface of a fresh egg, there's a remarkable natural protective coating called the bloom or cuticle. This incredible natural barrier is specifically designed by nature to keep bacteria, like the dreaded salmonella, out of the egg and seal in its freshness. When you wash eggs, especially under warm or running water, that delicate and vital protective coating is stripped away. The immediate result, those thousands of tiny pores are now wide open, essentially inviting bacteria and moisture from the environment to seep inside the egg. Once inside, these unwelcome pathogens can multiply silently while the eggs sit innocently in your refrigerator, turning a healthy food into a potential source of illness. A 2011 poultry science study starkly demonstrated this danger, finding that improperly washed eggs were 10 times more likely to test positive for salmonella contamination compared to eggs that were left unwashed. For seniors, this is far from a minor issue. Foodborne illnesses are notoriously harder for those over 60 to fight off effectively, often leading to significantly higher hospitalization rates, longer and more difficult recovery times, and even, tragically, increased mortality. Consider the case of Mrs. Jenkins, 74, a meticulous homemaker who always rinsed her eggs under the kitchen sink before carefully putting them away. One sunny morning, she prepared a batch of scrambled eggs for herself and her husband. Within 24 hours, both of them were violently ill with severe gastrointestinal distress. Lab tests later confirmed a salmonella infection, which was traced back to eggs that had been washed and then stored in their fridge for about a week. The protective bloom had been removed, creating an open pathway for bacteria to enter and thrive, turning their breakfast into a medical emergency. The safest and most crucial practice is to never wash eggs before you store them. Instead, always keep them in their original carton. This carton serves multiple purposes. It protects them from absorbing unwanted odors from other foods, helps to maintain proper humidity levels around the eggs, and shields them from physical damage. If you're concerned about any visible dirt or residue on the shells, gently wipe them clean with a dry cloth or paper towel immediately before you cook them, not before refrigeration, and always store your eggs in the coldest part of your fridge. not in the door, where temperatures can fluctuate every time it's opened, further compromising their safety. Washing eggs before storage might give you a false sense of good hygiene, but in reality, it's a hidden health trap for seniors. Before we go on, if you're getting value from this video and learning something new that can protect your health, please go ahead and tap that like button. It really helps this message reach more people who need it. And make sure to subscribe and turn on the bell icon so you never miss out on powerful, life-changing health tips like these. Number 3. Cooking eggs in scratched Teflon pans. For many decades, non-stick pans have been marketed as the safest, easiest, and most convenient way to cook eggs without them sticking. They promised effortless cooking and simple cleanup. But here's a hidden danger that often goes unnoticed. When Teflon pans, or any non-stick cookware with a similar coating, become scratched, they can begin to leach toxic chemicals. These chemicals are part of a group known as PFAS, which stands for per- and polyfluoroalkyl substances. These compounds are often called forever chemicals, because they don't break down easily in the environment or in your body. They have been linked to a disturbing array of health problems, including liver damage, thyroid disease, suppression of the immune system, and even certain types of cancer. A concerning 2020 study, published in Environmental Science and Technology, confirmed that scratched or overheated non-stick cookware can release billions of microplastic-like particles and PFAS into a single meal. For seniors, the risk from these chemicals is even higher. Our aging livers and kidneys, while still working hard, struggle to detoxify chemicals as efficiently as they did in younger years. This means that PFAS can accumulate in your body over time, increasing your overall toxic load. That seemingly harmless fried egg you cook every morning in a scratched pan could be silently dosing your body with these persistent toxins day after day. Worse still, if you heat a scratched Teflon pan above 500 degrees Fahrenheit, it can cause what's known as Teflon flu, a condition where the toxic fumes trigger unpleasant symptoms like headaches, dizziness, and general flu-like malaise. I recall Doris, 68, who thought her old frying pan was still perfectly good enough. After all, it only had a few minor scratches and still did the job. But after years of daily use, she developed unexplained chronic fatigue and began experiencing thyroid issues that baffled her doctors. Her endocrinologist later pointed out that PFAS exposure is strongly associated with hormonal imbalances, particularly thyroid dysfunction, and suggested her beloved scratched pan might have been a contributing factor to her mysterious symptoms. The solution here is simple but absolutely crucial for your long-term health. If your non-stick pan has any visible scratches, no matter how small, toss it immediately. It's an investment in your health to replace it. Opt for safer, more durable alternatives such as high-quality stainless steel, well-seasoned cast iron, or ceramic-coated pins, which are far safer and just as effective when used and cared for properly. And a critical safety tip: never preheat an empty Teflon pan, as this significantly accelerates the release of those harmful chemicals. Cooking eggs in a scratched Teflon pan may seem like a convenient, everyday habit, but for seniors, it's a hidden toxin source that can quietly damage your health with every single meal. And the next mistake, it's one of the most common breakfast habits of all. Number 2, eating only egg whites. For decades, egg yolks were unfairly demonized as cholesterol bombs, with many health gurus and media outlets advising people to avoid them. As a result, countless seniors conscientiously switched to eating only egg whites, believing they were making the healthier, safer choice. On the surface, this seems like a smart move. Egg whites are indeed pure protein, virtually fat-free, and low in calories. But here's the shocking truth that has emerged from modern nutritional science. By meticulously scooping out and discarding the yolk, you are unwittingly throwing away nearly 90% of the egg's most vital nutrition. And this seemingly innocent mistake can silently rob seniors of crucial vision, sharp memory, and much-needed muscle strength. The yolk is where the true powerhouse of nutrients resides. It's a golden treasure chest packed with essential vitamins and minerals. Vitamin D, absolutely critical for strong bones and immune function. Choline, a supernutrient vital for brain health and memory. Lutein and zeaxanthin, powerful antioxidants specifically for eye protection. And beneficial omega-3 fats, which support heart health and reduce inflammation throughout the body. A compelling 2017 study published in the Journal of Nutrition demonstrated that seniors who regularly consumed whole eggs had significantly higher levels of choline and lutein in their blood, up to 30% higher compared to those who ate only egg whites. Both of these nutrients are directly linked to a reduced risk of age-related cognitive decline, including dementia, and age-related macular degeneration, a leading cause of vision loss in older adults. Strip them out by discarding the yolk, and you're left with just protein but no protection. Choline is especially critical for seniors. It's a key building block for acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter that keeps your memory sharp, your focus clear, and your brain functioning optimally. A deficiency in choline can lead to frustrating brain fog, slower processing speeds, and a higher risk of dementia. Similarly, lutein and zeaxanthin concentrate specifically in the retina of your eye, acting as natural internal sunglasses that filter out harmful blue light and protect against oxidative damage. Without them, seniors face a faster decline in vision quality. I remember Linda, 70, who meticulously cut out yolks for years after hearing they were bad for cholesterol. She ate nothing but egg white omelets. Over time, she noticed her memory slipping, and her ophthalmologist warned her of early macular degeneration. When I encouraged her to reintroduce whole eggs into her diet, her nutrient levels rebounded, and her vision stabilized, proving the yolks contained the crucial medicine her body desperately needed. The fear surrounding dietary cholesterol, particularly from eggs, is largely outdated and has been debunked by extensive research. A comprehensive 2018 review by the American Heart Association confirmed that for most healthy seniors, eating up to one whole egg per day is perfectly safe and does not increase the risk of heart disease. The real danger isn't in the yolk itself, it's in missing out on the yolk's powerful protective compounds. Eating egg whites alone may seem like a clean, safe choice, but for seniors, it's a nutritional trap. The yolk isn't the enemy, it's your body's vital shield, providing essential nutrients that support your brain, eyes, and overall vitality as you age. And the final mistake on this list is even worse. The one habit with eggs that has been linked to doubling cardiovascular risk in older adults. Number 1. Ignoring expired or cracked eggs. This is arguably the mistake most people casually shrug off. We've all done it. Looked at an egg, seen a small hairline crack, or noticed it's a few days past the best by date, and thought, it's probably fine. What's the worst that could happen? But for seniors, ignoring expired or cracked eggs isn't just a minor slip in kitchen hygiene. It can be the most fatal mistake of all. It can trigger infections so severe they lead to urgent hospitalization or, in tragic cases, worse outcomes. Eggs may appear harmless, even weeks past their printed date or with what seems like an insignificant crack in the shell. But what's happening on the microscopic level tells a far darker and more dangerous story. The eggshell, along with its natural protective coating called the cuticle or bloom, is your only real defense. This bloom acts as a crucial seal, locking in freshness and, most importantly, blocking out harmful bacteria. The moment an egg cracks, even slightly, or sits long enough for this delicate bloom to degrade and wear away, bacteria like Salmonella enteritidis, or E. coli can invade. Once inside, these aggressive pathogens multiply rapidly, quietly turning what looks like a nutritious meal into a bacterial bomb, ready to wreak havoc on your system. A sobering 2010 report from the CDC estimated that salmonella from eggs alone causes over 79,000 illnesses and 30 deaths annually in the United States, with seniors making up the overwhelming majority of severe cases and fatalities. Why are seniors hit so much harder by these infections? The reason is twofold. Age naturally weakens both our stomach acid, which is our body's first line of defense against ingested bacteria, and our overall immune defenses. This means that bacteria that a younger adult might easily fight off survive longer in the senior gut and spread faster into the bloodstream. What a younger adult might experience as a miserable but recoverable stomach bug, a senior can experience as septicemia, a full-body infection that can rapidly shut down vital organs and become life-threatening. Even low-grade contamination from expired eggs can be catastrophic in a body that is less able to fight back effectively. It's not just cracks that pose a risk. Expired eggs also lose their structural integrity and vital nutrients over time. As they age, the internal pH rises, the proteins begin to break down, and the yolk thins, creating an ideal breeding ground for harmful microbes. A study published in Food Control in 2019 found that bacterial growth in eggs stored past their expiration date was 3 times higher than in fresh eggs. With the contamination rates spiking dramatically in cracked shells, seniors consuming these compromised eggs face not only severe food poisoning, but also potential long-term complications, like acute kidney injury, dangerous electrolyte imbalances, and even heart arrhythmias stemming from severe dehydration. The good news is that prevention is simple and entirely within your control. Always, without exception, check the best buy or expiration date on the carton before you buy and before you use eggs, and perform the simple water float test. Gently place an egg in a glass of water. Fresh, safe eggs will sink and lie flat on their side. Expired eggs will float because gases build up inside as they decay and become unsafe. Any cracked eggs, even those with the tiniest hairline cracks, should go straight into the trash without hesitation. For seniors, there is simply no room for risk-taking when it comes to food safety. When in doubt, always throw it out. The few cents saved by using a questionable egg are absolutely not worth the thousands in potential hospital bills or, more importantly, the irreversible risk to your health and well-being. Ignoring expired or cracked eggs may seem like a harmless shortcut, but for seniors, it can be the deadliest mistake of all. And with that, we've reached the end of our critical countdown. So, there you have it. 7 common mistakes with eggs that might look harmless but can quietly turn deadly, especially for those of us over 60. From runny yolks that carry dangerous salmonella, to storing eggs near strong-smelling foods that seep through porous shells. We covered microwaving boiled eggs that can explode and burn, to washing eggs before storage, which strips away their natural protection. We also discussed cooking in scratched Teflon pans that leach toxins, discarding the nutrient-rich yolks and eating only whites, which starves your body of the very compounds your brain and eyes desperately need. And the worst of all, eating cracked or expired eggs, which opens the door to life-threatening infections. Now it's your turn. Which of these mistakes have you made before without realizing the danger? And which one shocked you the most? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. I'll be reading and replying because your experience might be the crucial warning another senior needs to hear tonight. If this video opened your eyes and provided valuable insights, please don't keep it to yourself. Hit that like button so this vital health message spreads wider and helps more people. Share it with a friend or loved one who eats eggs every morning and might be making one of these mistakes. And make sure you click subscribe so you never miss our next urgent video. Packed with health truths no one else will tell you. Your health is your independence. Guard it, respect it, and never let simple mistakes silently steal it away. If you've ever felt tired or struggled with bloating after 50 bouts, this channel is for you. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more tips on living a healthy and vibrant life after 50 bouts. And check out this next video on reversing insulin resistance to go even deeper.